Hello guys, how's it going? My name is Dalaran and it's time to do some more updates for patch 8.1. But this video is more of a WoW update though, a type of video where I encourage you guys to have more interaction down in the comments section so I can chat with you guys and get some of you guys' opinions. In WoW update, I usually like to cover obscure WoW things, but here it's going to be really more 8.1 stuff that I want to fit into a 8.1 video, but I do want to get you guys' opinions. A lot of cool stuff is coming out and there were some discussions in this one, primarily on the World of Warcraft leveling and the nerf to the XP necessary to get for some of the lower levels, but we'll get through the stories as we go. As always guys, this type of video is great for interactions and I really do want to encourage you guys to post something down in the comments so I can chat with you guys and we can get responses going back and forth, because I really want to see what you guys are all about and I really want to try to socialize with you, at least get you guys' thoughts on some of the stuff we covered today. Anyway, let's just jump into the video. Blizzard have taken yet another Paladin ability and decide to improve its animation. This round they are improving the look of Consecration. It seems that there's a couple of moving parts. First of all, there is a hand gesture when you use Consecration that currently doesn't have a functional spell animation, but also the ground animation itself does work and looks absolutely fantastic. In a sense, the ground animation for Consecration makes me think of, in a sense, very Diablo-esque. It almost looks like a church mural of some sort, and I absolutely love the holy fire that resonates on the ground when you drop it. It looks like Blizzard has been taking small steps somewhere from the art department and adding new updates for Paladins, be it their Avenging Wrath or some of their spellcast animations, mostly for Holy Paladin. But there definitely has to be some sort of an intern or just somebody who works in the art team that's super excited and inspired by Paladins and wants to further improve on their visual fidelity, and it looks absolutely fantastic. I feel like for people that play Paladins, if they're not paying attention to any kind of patch updates for 8.1, they'll be greeted with a slew of different updates for their class, no matter whether they're Holy, Protection, or Retribution. I wonder if we'll start seeing more stuff like this that are themed. Like right now they're taking care of Paladins, maybe we'll get some brand new animations for Death Knights, maybe we'll get some awesome new animations just strictly for Warriors, maybe Rogues could have something unique and cool for themselves. Overall though, I'm very impressed with what Blizzard has done for Paladins, and in some senses it makes me want to level my Paladin for patch 8.1 even more. Also in the news, Blizzard is gonna make leveling a little bit easier by reducing how much XP you'll need per level, mostly for those levels anywhere between level 20 and level 111. Most of the leveling experience for Battle for Azeroth zones is going to stay at a very similar pace, but there's a lot of difference in reduction on PTR compared to live in terms of how much XP do you need, and the experience reduction goes all the way up to 40% reduction anywhere between levels 59 and 66. Also, it has been data mined that there will be a couple other new leveling items added in the game. One of them will be a new heirloom just for tanks, but there'll also be another whole elixir called Drought of 10 Lands. Increases all stats by 20 and experience gained by 10%. It does seem from Wowhead that it has been data mined, and this might be a traded alchemy potion. That means it is created through profession of alchemy and might be sold and traded on the auction house. I think something like this is actually pretty cool, because I don't really know any reasons for alchemy besides, you know, get them a flasks and get them a potions, and a lot of those are pretty expensive. And people have complained in BFA that some professions don't feel quite as impactful. So I think adding some kind of a small leveling potion as something you can choose to get for your alts whenever you level, 10% extra XP and 20 to all stats isn't really all that big. So I feel like the pricing for this type of item on the AH could be nice. The flavor text does suggest a rare mixture of many ingredients acquired from allies all across Azeroth, which I think is going to mean that you'll need many different herbs from different parts of the expansion, like the vanilla herbs, BC, Wrath, Cataclysm herbs, and maybe even Pandaria herbs, all put together to make this concoction happen. So it could be expensive, but potentially with how many people farm herbs of different kinds, it could also be fairly inexpensive. Irregardless, I feel like another item for a little bit extra faster experience when leveling is something the community has been asking for, as well as the changes to questing experience that Blizzard have already made on the PTR. Although I will be honest, after playing some WoW Classic, current questing does feel a bit more of a grind and kind of a chore. With WoW Classic, there's a lot of things for you to look forward to as you level. Every few levels you get a couple new abilities that you have to go back to the capital city and learn, and every level you get a brand new talent point. Even though a lot of these talent points don't affect your gameplay drastically, it still was really exciting to be able to get one extra level and put something in, compared to the current WoW where you don't really do that unless you're doing it every 15 levels. And with the ability prune, you don't really unlock cool abilities, or at least after a while, every 2 levels. Rather, you have to wait like 10 or even 12 levels before you can finally get ability, and it might just be a passive. I feel like it might be a good idea for Blizzard to either redo the questing experience and maybe add some more quests into it, maybe make it feel like a story, or maybe up the rewards. Maybe they'll go over in the future patches and redesign classes, and when they do, hopefully they'll redesign the abilities and how you get them to be consistent across all levels. Maybe add more abilities to different classes and allow you to unlock abilities as you quest to make it like you unlock something new every 2 levels. Or go back to the faster questing. I know a lot of people complain about being able to one-shot mobs while wearing heirloom gear, but when you don't really have anything exciting and any work done for the leveling experience, no new content, no different ways of storytelling, no specific or interesting class progression while you level, and where the real game starts once you hit max level, I feel like for Blizzard it might be a good idea to do something about it. Either make the questing experience a little bit more exciting, or make it go by a lot faster. On a side note, Blizzard did make some changes to Zandalari and Tirans ever since BlizzCon. During BlizzCon, they revealed the different classes that the Zandalari and Tirans will be able to get, with a big hype that Zandalari get a Paladin, and a pretty big hype that Tirans also get to be Shamans. But they did omit one class for Tirans, and they accidentally snuck in one for the Zandalari. Zandalari ended up showing on BlizzCon floor as to be able to play Warlocks, and Blizzard have confirmed that they actually have no relation to Warlocks or the Fel, so they actually are taking away Warlocks from one of their playable classes. I don't think that makes Zandalari any worse unless you were a Warlock excited to finally get yourself a race change, but Zandalari haven't really been in lore associated with anything Warlock based, but it still makes the race look pretty great with the variety of classes from mages to monks to paladins, priest, rogue, shaman, warrior, hunter, and druid, so there's still that variety that they still possess. And for Tirans, they omitted mages during BlizzCon, and it didn't make sense because technically Tirans do have mages, they just simply have like water mages that shoot water and lightning, which are more closely related to shamans. And for Tirans, originally they didn't have mage as a viable option for them during BlizzCon, but they went back on their own word and said no, they will be able to be mages. Even though Tiran mages are not all that prominent, they still do exist. And I think that in the game lore, Tiran mages are more like the Tide Hunters or the Tide Sages, a lot of which can be seen manipulating water and using water-based spells. But a water mage and a frost mage I feel like are not too far apart. It's just one deals with non-frozen water and the other deals with frozen deadly water. Of course, Tirans still can be shamans since, I mean, what other class would you think of that can use healing waves to help their allies and summon lightning storms in order to decimate their enemies? So just letting you guys know, that was a slight correction by Blizzard, so if you were expecting to play Zandalari Warlock, I got some bad news. But if you were disappointed that you couldn't be a Tiran mage, then I got some good news for you. On the side note, they have some cool new mounts from the brand new raid. I'm not really a mount guy myself, but you guys might enjoy looking at these. First we have the Gmod, which is a golden version of one of those bots that you would see in Motherlode. Actually a really cool mount, I love the shield to it and I like the color scheme. And that mount can also fly, so with the preparation for patch 8.2 where Pathfinder Part 2 will be available, this mount is perfectly ready and prepared. But another awesome mount that I was actually digging was Glacial Tidestorm mount, which will be found and obtainable from the brand new Battle of Outlaw on one of the factions where you have to fight Jaina Proudmoore. For the longest time, most mages in the Warcraft universe have used water elementals, be it Warcraft 3 or World of Warcraft. So to have this awesome brand new updated look for a water elemental with ice on his back, where your character stands in them as if they're surfing through the waves, I feel like looks absolutely fantastic. I don't get excited about a lot of mounts, but this one actually looks really cool. I love the idea, and I'm gonna try my hand at trying to earn this mount in the next raid. And with the last thing to wrap up, the World of Warcraft Classic demo is ending on the 8th, which is the same day as it's being posted. Now, I don't remember if the 8th is the last day to play it, or once the 8th hits, you can't play it ever again. But check your beta to give it a last try at WoW Classic. Go and enjoy playing the character, because once it's gone, we're not going to see it until summer. After playing the demo as often as I did, I'm actually super excited to get into it. I want to get into the deep end of the game. I want to jump into it and really level a character and build them up from scratch. And hopefully a lot of you guys will try it, or at least join me in the experience, because I'll probably be streaming it once summer comes around. Super excited for World of Warcraft. Patch 8.1 stuff is coming out very soon. And then once after 8.1 and 8.15 come out, we're going to have the summer. And then by then we're going to have patch 8.2. So if you're a WoW fan, as long as you have some patience until December the 11th, I think this is going to be one of the best times to start doing some World of Warcraft things here and there. Thank you guys so much for watching. Again, hope you enjoyed the video. Would like to see you guys' comments down below. If you guys enjoyed this video, go ahead and give it a like. A like allows my videos to reach a wider audience, so that'll be great. Subscribe to the channel, hit up the notification bell if you guys want to catch the live streams, and I'll see all of you guys in another video.